Hey there, Heather. Ho there. It's Jeff Cutter David welcoming you to the second preliminary round in the 128-man final battle tournament. You win a certain year, you get into the tournament. As you can see, not a lot of foreign representation in this group either. There are 8 foreign-born fighters in this, only 1 out of 4. But anyway, the matchups are set. 32 men. All you have to do is win your second round matchup, which makes you down to 8 guys, and you move on to the final 32 men tournament. A recap: Group A saw Carlos Monzon be the champion, taking care of Joey Maxim. So that was a huge win for Monzon. Other competitors in the round of 32 from Group A will be the final 32 will be Roberto Duran, Muhammad Ali, Joe Gans, Sergio Palma, Henry Armstrong, and Salvador Sanchez. So now you get these matchups. So the matchups are as follows. Percy Bassett versus Wesley Ramey. The winner of that faces Jack Johnson or Willie Pep. Mike McCollum takes on Jack Delaney, with the winner facing Pernell Whitaker or Jack Burke. Samson Dutch Roy Jim versus Sun Kill Moon. The winner of that one takes on Buster Mathis or Bob Montgomery. Lloyd Marshall versus Fritzy Civic. The winner faces Gene Tunney or Tyrone Everett. Hector Macho Camacho against Dwight Quay, with Abe Patel versus Harry Greb. Rocky Marciano versus Travis Sims. The winner faces the winner of Jiro Watanabe and Tony Shuko. Chris Bird versus Ben Jordan. The winner faces Mike Tyson or Ray Robinson. Jachai Sasacool versus Michael Nunn. The winner faces Tiger Flowers or Charlie Burley. So it's going to be huge. And as I said, second round, there'll be 8 matches, which you'll watch live. Those are the only matches I'm going to deal with. However, the quarters, semis, and finals actually do determine it. If you win your group, Group B, then you get a top 4 spot in the round of 32, the final tournament of 32, regardless of where your seeding kind of was. So if you win your pool, A, B, C, or D, you're guaranteed a top 4 spot. If you take second, you're guaranteed 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you make the semifinals, you're guaranteed spots 9 through 16. And then the quarterfinals, 17 to 32, based on seeding, obviously, within. So let's start this tournament. First, we'll see Bassett and Pep. Bassett actually got the 1 seed because if you're 5-0, if you enter your first tournament and you run the table 5-0, you're automatically guaranteed a top seed, one of the top seeds. So Bassett, the featherweight. Ooh, a big battle of the featherweights. Percy Bassett and Willie Pep, who is really a legend. Willie Pep shocked the world by taking down Jack Johnson. I thought Jack Johnson was going to win. That's a shocker. They will be at Wachovia Spectrum in Philadelphia. Michael Buffer. Ooh, let's get ready to rumble. Your announcer, James Jenkin, your referee, Martinez, Grasso, and your judges, Will Schubert, your ringside expert. So 6-0 versus 6-1. Bassett from Philadelphia from 1930 to 1993. We don't know his height, but he was 134 pounds today. 64-12-1, the interim world featherweight champion. Banana Sokolov, your manager. Well, he's won 6 straight fights. All but his 3rd fight have been in Philadelphia. He decisioned Eddie Campo. He TKO'd Ross Virgo. He split decision on Nate Bolden. He TKO'd Luis Romero to get to the final against Manuel Ortiz, which he beat by unanimous decision. And then he put a majority decision on Ramy. On the other side, Willie Pep, the blue corner. Will of the Wisp. From 1922 to 2006, from Middleton, Connecticut. 5'5", we don't know his weight. He's a featherweight too, a legendary featherweight, 229 wins, like fuck. His only loss was to Jose Naples in his first attempt to fight in a tournament. Oddly enough, his second fight would be against Naples, which he won by decision, so he got his revenge back. He decisioned Muhammad Ali. He decisioned Sonny Liston. I was like, what the fuck? And then he TKO'd Carmelo Bossi. Which is like, what the heck? And then he put a decision on Jose Naples. Naples somehow got in twice. Should not have gotten in twice. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, he beat Jack Johnson by split decision. Yeah, it must be split decision. I mean, it's Jack Johnson for God's sake. So Bassett and Pep, who will move on to the round 32. Oh, man. Good. Oh, I think Bassett's debut. Got two cuts over and under his right eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, Bassett won that round, but will those cuts ruin Bassett's chances to advance? The scorecards say it's going to be Pep. Well, I'm going to go ahead because of that cut. And yeah, because of the cut, that just ruined it. And Willie Pep will move on to the final round of 32. Bassett gave it a good go, but those cuts really hurt. The battle of the featherweights. Bassett just didn't have it. Pep, 71% punching accuracy. Those two cuts also ruined Bassett. Fight 2 sees Mike McCallum and Pernell Whitaker. So the junior middleweight against the lightweight. So we'll see who gets into the tournament. Jamaica or United States. We're at the Plex in the United States. Ben Bentley, your announcer. John Keane, your referee, with Uratani, Sando, and Omgar, your judges. Aurelio Barrels, your ringside expert. So McCallum from Jamaica, 7-5, the body snatcher, as they call it. Well, he has 6 knockouts. But anyway, yeah. From New York by way of Kingston, Jamaica. 5'11", 181. 49 5-1 in his career. Light heavyweight, middleweight, and light middleweight title holder. McCallum actually started off terribly. He was 0-4 in his pursuit for this. He got TKO'd by Setsu, the fighter from down under. He got KO'd by Julio Cesar Chavez. He got TKO'd by Michael Spinks. And he got decision by Carousel Galaxy. So it's like, fuck, I'm never going to win. And then he faced Patricio Cardona in the tournament and beat him before being disqualified against James Smith. I think Bone Crusher Smith. And then he went through another tournament like 5 months later. He beat Sal Malmby, Ernie Shavers, Jerry Quarry, Penguin Thomas, and Julian Jackson. All but Shavers got TKO'd. And then he TKO'd Jack Delaney in the 10th round. In the meantime, pronounced VP Whitaker 10-1. 5'6", 142 pounds today. From Norfolk, Virginia. 44-1. Look at the thing. There's welterweight, light middleweight, light welterweight. Look at all these things. He was a member of the 1984 U.S. Olympic team winning gold medal. Look at his resume. His real life resume. His only blunder, he lost the final. He lost the final to Roberto Duran, who's ironically in the round of 32, who went through in Group A. So Pernell Whitaker lost to Duran. He went through James Toney, Corey Sanders, Joe Kalsaki, and Michael Nunn to get to the final, but they lost. Then he came in the next tournament because he was 4-1. He was given another chance. Right off the bat, he beat Vince Phillips, Michael Moore, Carl Thompson, Julio Cesar Vasquez by decision, and decision Evander Real Deal Holyfield. And he won a technical decision over Jack Burke. So yeah, good for him. Come on, guys, complete. So this is a key matchup here. We shall see. No key injuries here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, let's see. The scorecards after 6 rounds if I had looked. Said McCallum. Oh, this is close. This is going to be really close. I don't want to tie because then that means we have to do it all over again. But Bentley said the scorecards are in. Here's your decision. I think it's well. Urotani scores the fight 114-112. Okay, so it's a unanimous decision because they would have told me what fighters he would go for. Sondel says 114-112. McCallum started off quickly in the first half. And Ogmar Holland puts it 116-111. I think it might be for McCallum. You never know. Decision is Sweet Pea Whitaker. So Sweet Pea with the big win over McCallum. He's in. Well, it was close. McCallum gave it everything he got. But his punching accuracy, I think, was the one thing that ruined it. All right, time for fight 3. And it will be Moon and Montgomery. So Sun Kill Moon won the battle of the Asian fighters, and Montgomery took down Mathis. So it's a junior bantamweight Sun Kill against the lightweight Montgomery. From the United States, Dean Stone, your announcer. Jurgen Langels, your referee. Greer, Kuwata, and Van, your judges. Lee McRae, your ringside expert. So Sun Kill 9-2 with 6 knockouts from Seoul, South Korea, where a lot of people were. He only had 6 years in the ring. He was 20-2. In Fantasyland, he beat Gerald McClellan before losing to Jorge Castro by knockout. He knocked out Terry Norris and Nate Miller before losing to Paulie Ayala. So that made him 3-2. And then he got a tournament thing. He beat Oliver McCall by majority decision, putting him at 0-6. KO'd Yokota from Japan. TKO'd Jimmy Paul. KO'd Gilberto Roman in the semis and put a decision on Nigel Benn in the final to get in. And he TKO'd Samson Dutch Boy Jim in the 9th round. All his fights except for this one and the fight against Nate Miller happened in Korea. He doesn't get home court advantage. Bobcat Bob, as they call him. Montgomery, born 1919, died 1998, from Sumter, from Philadelphia by way of Sumter, South Carolina, 5'8", 135, 75, 1903. Wasn't really that big. He lost to Bo Jack. But then he beat the Alabama kid Bo Jack again, rematch, and KO'd Joe Brown. But then he got killed himself by Tiger Jack Fox in the semifinals. No big deal. He came back to the next tournament, TKO'd Johnny Cesaro, took down Jimmy Slade by majority decision, TKO'd Paul Pender, put a decision on Damaso Colosso. In the final against Jake LaMotta, he put a decision on him, forced LaMotta not to do it, and he put a majority decision on Buster Mathis. So this would be interesting. Well, some kills got some right eye movement. He's got to do something here. Swiffer's going to say it's even Steven.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, looks like the swallowing's going to ruin some kill. The scorecards say it's going to be Montgomery's fight. I probably think you're right. Let's see who will be. $115, $113. $115, $113. I know who won. Yep, Bob Montgomery. Sunkill gave it everything in his power. But in the end, it was not meant to be. It's Bob Montgomery had him. While the swelling was just too much for Sunkill. He did do well in hooks and crosses in a sense. But in the end, it was Bob Montgomery. Next up will be Marshall and TOurney. So Lloyd Marshall, the light heavyweight, undefeated against the light heavyweight Gene TOurney. Ooh, baby, this is going to be huge. We're at the Wolstein Center. Bob Alexander, your announcer. Taylor's Azamanios, your referee. Legland, Hill, and Denkin, your judges, with Steve McCarthy, your ringside expert. So this is a key matchup here. Lloyd Marshall, born 1914, died 1997, from Cleveland, Ohio. So that's why we're at the Wolstein Center. 5'10", 165, 71, 24, and 4. Nice thing. He got an International Boxing Hall of Fame. He decisioned Freddie Upholstery. TKO'd Oakland Billy Smith. TKO'd Tommy Ford. Won by disqualification against Carl Olson. And he KO'd Tommy Bell to get to this stage. And then he put a decision on Fritzy Civic. So all his fights except for the first one happened in Ohio. Gene TOurney, 82, the Fighting Marine, 1897 to 1978. From Greenwich, Connecticut by way of New York. 6 foot 185 today. 82 1-3. World Heavyweight Champion. His 2 fights with Jack Dempsey, of course, the long count. Served in the Marines. So he beat Pancho Villa and Kid Charlo in his first fight, first tournament. Then he lost to Jack Britton and Benny Leonard back to back, which is confidence killer. But he decisioned Pancho Villa. He got him back. TKO Jack Goldswain. Decision on Milburn Sailor. TKO Carl Tremaine, the Canadian. I think it was Canadian. I can't remember. I think it was. And KO'd Harry Wills. To win the tournament, he TKO'd Tyrone Everett in the 3rd round. So, yeah, key matchup. After 6 rounds, it is Lloyd Marshall leading by points. Yeah, they gotta fight. Both have swelling. They're just trying to feel each other out. Yeah, Willie Pep versus Willie Pep. Against Willie Biscuit.
The judges' votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
I don't know. What does Squidward say? Well, they're saying that it's going to be Teddy. Well, we'll see. See if Tiny can pull this one out. Sean Louis Leglund says 115, 114. Ooh. Well, it's going to be a decision for someone. Rodolfo Hill says 116, 113. So, yeah, so it's going to be Unanimous decision. But who? Jenkins says 116, 113 for Gene Tunney. Big win for Tunney. He wins. So Tunney defeats Marshall. And we'll move on to the round of 32 no matter what happens. Poor Lloyd Marshall. He was undefeated, but Gene Tunney ruined him. Well, the punching accuracy was there, 50.6%. Fifth fight. Our next one will be Dwight Quai and Abe Attell. That's a big win for Quai, getting this way, the light heavyweight against the featherweight, Attell. So we'll see what happens. From Yakama Legends Casino, Henry Jones, your announcer. Lawrence Cole, your referee. Maldonado, Salmon, and Austin, your judges. David Myers, your ringside expert. So both these guys, Dwight Quai, the Camden Buzzsaw from Camden, New Jersey, by way of Baltimore. 5'5.5", 183 pounds today, the light heavyweight. 41-11-1, cruiserweight and light heavyweight champ. Decent resume in real life. He lost to Marlon Starling by decision, and then he got another chance. He TK'd Chris Eubank. He KO'd Gilberto Roman. He TK'd Francisco Diami. And then, he split decision Sabu Kalabe, and then in the final, he won by disqualification over Kawasai Galaxy. Which was a shock. And he TK'd Macho Camacho in the 8th round. Wow, big win. Against Abe Attell, the Little Hebrew, as they call him, 1884-1970, by weight, born in San Francisco, 125 pounds, the featherweight, legendary featherweight. 58-81, the world champion, Canadian lightweight title. His only loss was to Miguel Velasquez by KO a while ago. Willie Ritchie he beat, but then in the next tournament he beat Packy McFarland. TK'd Frank Moran, TK'd Mexican Joe Rivers. Disqualification win over Ted Kid Lewis of England, and a decision win over Lockport Jimmy Duffy, and then he's put a split decision on Harry Greb to get this far. Well, it's good to say that's how, maybe. So,
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wise on Green Street. Alright, might take a while before we get zero on it. Look, every fight here in the second round has gone to the judges. I think, right? I think Happy Bassett. And I think every match has gone to the judges. Yeah, they have gone to the judges. So yes, so these guys are really soaking up the first rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
And it looks like it's going to be a win for Atal because Pai got knocked down. We'll see. Rodolfo Maldonado says 116, 113. I think it's for Atal. Marty Salmon, 117, 111. $117, $112. I think we know who won, and we do. Well, Kwai's in deep trouble. And Atal, well, yeah, I think we've all had decisions. Yawn. Okay, Marciano and Shuko are next, facing each other. The heavyweight Marciano against the light heavyweight Tony Shuko. From Fenway Park in Boston, Jimmy Lennon Jr. will be there. Bill Clancy, your referee. Carter, Montella, and Hoyle, your judges. Aurora Barrios, your ringside expert. Marciano 9-1, the heavyweight, the Brockton blockbuster. He's an icon. Born 1923, died in a plane crash in 1969. He was only 46 when he died. 5'10", 188. Undefeated. 49-0. His only loss was to Sandy Sadler by majority decision in a semifinal after taking down Ike Williams, Paul Pender, and Joey Girolamo. But he came back a couple months later. He KO'd Ferd Lester. He took down Oakland Billy Smith and Charlie Williams, took down Virgil Akins by knockout, and then decision Gustav Schultz to get in this thing, and then he decision Travis Sims. In the meantime, Tony Shuko, 6-1, 1911 to 1983 from Boston. That's why he's here. Well, they're both from Massachusetts. 5'11", 168. 91, 16, 11. Decent Personal history. He lost to Bojack. What is it with losing to Bojack? But in the next tournament he competed, it was a while ago, he took down Fidel La Barbara, Georgie Hansford, Sisto Escobar, Steve Hamas, and Cecil Payne. So he didn't really have that much of a way through. But he TKO'd Watanabe here in Boston, so that's why the fight's here. Sorry about that. Stupid Discord. Record say, oh shoot, what is the, what is the thing?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, let's see. Did the swelling of Marciano save him? Looks like this could be Shuko's fight. I know this is taking a long time because of the fact that every fight in this video has gone to the distance, whereas there have been a few fights that have not gone to the distance. Well, let's see if Marciano can win. I hope he does. Then Carter says 116, 112. Could be Marciano. I've seen weirder things happen. Montella says 116, 112. Robert Hoyle says 116, 112. I know it's not Marciano, it's Shuko. Can you believe it? I thought Marciano had it. But Tony Shuko, by way of decision, has won. Unfreaking believable. Marciano loses by decision again. The guy, I don't know what is wrong with Marciano. It's the curse of the red quarter, because every matchup that has been won in the second round has been won by someone in the blue corner. Wow. Well, here we go. Next up, we got Ben Jordan and Ray Robinson. So Sugar Ray did take down Tyson, and Ben Jordan with the big win. So now the featherweight 7-1 against the welterweight Sugar Ray 6-1. From Owensboro, Mark Bureau, your announcer. The principals, Michael Hook, your referee. Hill, Laurie, and Gimza, your judges. Roger Plunkett, your ringside expert. So it looks like Ray Robinson's going to win. I really want him to win. Ben Jordan from England, born 1873, died 1945. From Bermondsey, London, England. 5'5.5", featherweight. He was 13-1-1, the British World Featherweight belt. 7-1. He beat Kid McPartland before losing to Jack Bonner. And then later on he competed and beat Owen Ziegler, Jim Janey, Charlie Strong, Oscar Gardner, and Billy Ernst to get this far, and then put a decision on Chris Bird. 5-0. Wow. Sugar Ray Robinson, born 1921, died in 1989. 5'11", 152 today. He said he will weigh that 173, 1906. World middleweight and welterweight champion. Personal history: he got disqualified against Billy Conn, but second go around, he took on Carmen Basilo and beat him. He beat Carlos Ortiz, Ancelot Wamba, the Wombat. Wow. TKO Virgil Akins, and then beat Harold Johnson to get this far. Johnson, I believe, went to 2 straight finals and lost both times. Anybody split decision on Mike Tyson, so that's a huge one.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Number 10. Jordan's got to get his punches in. Well, it looks like Ray Robinson might have it. And there's a clean attack from Jordan. He'll have to be careful.
Walk. Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
So, well, that close cut might ruin Jordan's day. 118, 110. I think this is definitely going to be a crushing blow. Okay. George Hill says 120, 107. I think 107. Wow. It was just that big of a blowout. Sugar Ray won. And Jordan tried everything. But Sugar Ray had him. That cut. Eddie knocked him down twice. Number 8 is Nunn versus Flowers. Okay, that's fine. The battle of the middleweights, Michael Nunn and Tiger Flowers. From the Grand Ballroom in the United States, Jake Gutierrez, your referee, announcer, referee Sam Ferre, Adams, Fitzgerald, Rick Gary, your judges, and Coco, your ringside expert. 9, 9, and 2, second to none. From Davenport, Iowa, 6'3", 178 today. 58 and 4. Super middleweight and middleweight champion. Personal history: he beat Edwin Rosario, Darius Meshluski, and Greg Page in his first tournament before losing to Prunell Whitaker by split decision. And then he lost to Juan Laporte in his first fight in another tournament. And then a few years later, he beat Chris Eubank by decision. TK'd Julian Jackson, put a majority decision on Melvin Taylor, KO'd Diego Corrales, and then took a split decision against Michael Carvajal before decisioning Chachai today. And then Tiger Flowers, the Georgia Deacon from Camille, Georgia, moved to New York 1895 to 1927, so he was only 32. But I think he died during his career. 5'10", 165 today. 136, 17, and 7. Inducted to a couple of Pro Boxing Hall of Fames. He beat Pancho Villa in his first tournament appearance, but lost to Dick Finnegan. And then he beat up on Todd Morgan and Bud Taylor before Cuban Black Bill took him out. And then he lost to Jimmy Goodrich. So, not good. But in one of the last few tournaments, he beat Frank Craig, Johnny Wilson, Howard Mayberry, Kid Graves, and George Manley by decision, and put a majority decision on Charlie Burley. So all his fights have been in New York City. So let's see what happens. Scorecards are saying that it's going to be Flowers. I don't know. This is going for good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, I think this could be making that. Well, the white ice falling might ruin them, and I think Tiger Flowers is going to win. So, we shall see. $150, $114 for Flowers. Ooh, Fitzgerald. $114, $114. Uh-oh. Could Michael 9 for the tie? 116, $113 for Flower. Is it for Flowers? Yep. Tiger Flowers. I kind of had a hunch. So Tiger Flowers wins by majority decision. So all the second round matches went to the judges. Wow. Didn't think that would happen. Who was the tournament champ? Well, yeah, all the fights went there. And the winner is Gene Tunney, the Fighting Marine. So Gene Tunney is guaranteed a top 4 seed. And he took down Sugar Ray Robinson. That's not bad. I mean, Ray Robinson. That was pretty good. Sugar Ray Robinson's a legend. So, yeah, no foreigners got to the quarterfinal. Pep and Attell both lost in the semis. Okay, so let's see. So in the quarterfinal, Pep beat Whitaker. Okay. Tunney beat Montgomery. Attell beat Chuko. And Sugar Ray won, but Attell lost. Attell and Pep. Let's see. Attell is the 15th seed, so he gets the number 3 officially. Willie Pep number 4. And then Whitaker 9, 20, 23, 11. So officially Whitaker's number 5. Number 6 is Tiger Jack Flowers. Shuko number 8, and number 7 would be Montgomery. So okay. So we've done it all, and it took a long time, like more than an hour. I apologize, but when fights go the distance, they really go to the distance. Anyway, I'm done time and I do.